Wednesday Night in the Room podcast with a full house. Who do I have on here? I have Walter Smith, Cotito, and Joey Gomez coming off a fabulous Friday night at Combat Zone 74 with their team, guys. Hey, welcome to the show. Got you both on at the same time. Last minute, man. We put this together, and it looks great.
Yeah, I'm digging it, man. This is great.
Thank you to having us.
I couldn't be more happy to have you guys. You're coming right off a great performance at Combat Zone. The team did great, man. So we need to talk about this because there was a lot of kids making their debuts in there, and they didn't disappoint. So Walter, first off, Travis and Laz traveled to your camp, your gym there, and they had a few hours with you guys, man. How was the experience, and did they treat you guys good? Were they rude at all?
No, exactly. Travis and Laz, they're a fantastic person. Was awesome. They're coming. I think the reason all the kids perform so good is because these guys just bring the extra energy in that room.
Well, they do have a vibe about them. I mean, they were very excited to go there. It was like last minute, and that's kind of what we do. We wing things over here at NewEnglandMMA.org. You call us, we're there. Joey, and, I know you messaged me a little time, a few days before Travis and Laz went down there. And, Walter, you were asking, hey, can you guys get some interviews with our guys? I didn't know you had a whole crew. 6 years heading there, man. Man, Joey, to you, bro, how's it feel to have a whole fight team behind you guys and be able to give that back to the youth?
It's probably the most rewarding part of the journey. You know what I mean? This far, I've got almost 20 years of experience fighting people, and I'm able to pass it on to the guys that are coming up, and not so much that I'm trying to live vicariously through them, but I could definitely get to right a lot of wrongs that I learned along the way. And I don't want to say through them, but ensure that they don't make the same mistakes that I did, I think, geez, Walter's been open, we've only been open less than a year. In less than a year, we had 6 people on New Hampshire's first card since COVID. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And some of our guys are picking it up so much faster than the other ones. I don't want to say so much faster because that's exaggerating, but some guys are picking it up faster. And some of our guys have only been with us 8-9 months, and they had their first match. But I'm sorry, their first taste of competition or their first fight. But it's proof that, if you step on the mats at our gym, you're going to be in for a good time and a hard workout.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what these kids need, and that's exactly what they look like they got and learned in that cage on Friday night. It was a mix. You had some kickboxing and some MMA in there, guys. As far as the team itself, you had 6 going in there. How'd the team do as far as wins and losses?
Go ahead, Walter.
No, they did great. They I feel like I feel like I'm talking for everyone. Nobody think we lost nothing there. Even the guys who didn't perform the best way, but by the end of the night, I have the feeling that nobody want to fight us anymore. You know what I mean? They want to hurt us for a little bit. It was funny, but I feel like we won, every single one. By the end of the night, again, we will return. Nobody want to fight us anymore. So that's kind of what we wanted.
Well,
it was wicked funny, Steve. During one of the fights, it was during Connor's fight. He was fighting the kid from Henzo's. He got taken down in our corner, and I was like, I gotta do something. I gotta distract this kid. I was like, it's all right, Connor. He's just gonna lay on top of you, bro. He's just gonna lay and pray. The dude looked up at me. He just kind of gave me the stink eye. I was like, come on, dog. What We're in a fist fight here, like.
Exactly. I mean, if you're that close to your corner, you're gonna hear that stuff. And I believe that was his first MMA scrap as well. So I mean, there's totally new things going on there. So Joey, you did give him
100%.
You did give him some experience. I mean, a little heckling in the the opponent's corner, man. So that goes a long way.
Right.
So Walter, man, I had Laz did a great job taking some footage of the team. I just played a little of fighters walkout and stuff like that, man. Is this the first time? I mean, I'd imagine you had smokers and stuff, but this is the first time you guys, as far as a team, got to officially walk out, like a real formal walkout to the cage or to a ring, right?
Well, what's the first time that we going a show as the magnitude is Combat Zone, one of the biggest shows in New Hampshire. We did a smoker where we have 7 guys fighting on it. I've been in the last 8 years. Most of my guys already have around 3 jiu-jitsu competition. Everybody have at least 2 to 3 smokers. We've been competing. We've been doing it. We've been doing our thing. Just like I think nobody want to, in that point, nobody want to notice us. And now it's no more reason to say to not notice us. You know what I mean? So.
Well, when Combat Zone came a calling, and I don't know how long before the show they came calling, and how long you guys got to get ready, but you'll let us know. When they came calling, did you throw 6 fighters at them right away, or was it kind of a gradual thing that, we got another one if you need one? Like, how was it? Did you just throw 6 names and say, hey, match these for us?
I think we started with 11 names.
Jesus.
Yeah. We wanted to put all 11 guys on there, but then we're like, nah.
That's a little overkill. I mean, they'd have to have 2 shows
right?
like Cage Titans, like a day and night, and we can't have that back to back. That's for sure.
So, like I say, we did the smoking where we have 7 guys. So for sure, we know we have the guys. We know the guys have the experience. We know we was ready to the next step. And that's the goal. You know what I mean? That's the goal, especially like the experience that me and Joey have. That's the goal. As an amateur, we want to give it the more experience you can have. So when we get in pro, it's nothing new for us anymore. You know what I mean?
And as you're saying that, I'm showing a few old pictures of you guys and Joey at Team Link. Now, you guys, I mean, we know still a family there and stuff like that, but what was the thought behind the process of getting this your camp together and doing kind of something separate? Was it just like because you had so many more people that wanted to get involved with, that whole kind of system?
No, so what? I think everybody knows it's like me and Joey. We live around like an hour. Joey live almost hour and a half away for Team Link with Hoxton. We was doing the drive, and we keep going doing the drive. Coach said it's no more than love for us. But it got a time where we was like the pandemic and everything was too hard to do, and we start doing our own thing more like in home. That's how we start building the team. You know, think, Joey?
No, for sure. Yeah. It was like the amount of time we spent traveling was always been something that's been so taxing, especially being from Southern New Hampshire, because it's either way, it's an hour and some change. And, that's just travel time. Then you got whatever time you spend in the gym, and then you've got, the 30 or 45 minutes it takes you to calm down after, 10 hard 5-minute rounds where you think you're going to throw up at the end of the session. Like, you got to give your heart rate a second before you jump in the car and, you transform into dad or, husband or whatever it is. And so and I'm just going to elaborate a little bit more. So, we've always had talked about, the relationship that we've built with people over the years about, collectively pulling everybody together and, starting, a top team type of thing. And, Joe Lozon kind of took the bull by the horns by kind of getting all the guys together in Massachusetts and Rhode Island and all that area and kind of all gave them a place to train. But, I mean, Lozon's place it's an hour and 40 minutes away from us. So it's there's no reason with the amount of people that we've rubbed elbows with and with the evolution of the sport being what it is, that we all shouldn't be training together as like a top team. And that's what we've been trying to do with the different local gyms in the area, you know what I mean? And not just specific to New Hampshire, but, Northern Mass too.
Yeah, and as we see, I mean, there's a lot of familiar faces that you see in and out of, each camp there. I mean, like Lausanne's always has their doors open for, they have certain nights there when they have that hard sparring that, a bunch of fighters like yourselves travel a couple hours to get that in. I mean, it's not an every night thing that they invite everyone there, you know what I mean? But there's certain nights that you can get the best of the best in New England, and so many fighters that are in fight camp getting ready for stuff that you can meet on a Saturday at Lausanne's, or, even if you go to Providence or the Pawtucket area, Triforce has their own, sparring night on a Wednesday. Is that something you guys, I mean, I know you have a lot of young kids and up and comers in your arsenal there, but is that something that you're looking to do down the line? Because I mean, look at the knowledge between you two guys. I mean, you have your own place to do stuff. Is that something you're looking forward to maybe have people come through your camp and get some rounds? Not necessarily these elite fighters at this point, but some new people that can get some scraps with some newcomers you guys got that already have kind of that 1 or 2 amateur fights.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, 100%. That's our goal. Our goal is like we be able to one, elevate the level on our area, to bring elite athletes. Like our gym want to bring elite athletes. We want to bring we want to be a powerhouse, and we want to be an elite gym. We want to be, like Joey said in the first moment, a top team in New Hampshire. You know what I mean? Try to give it more opportunities to all these young athletes. The ones that like we wasn't not available, was hard to do, and so we had to go outwards to fund it.
Now, I know I'm playing some footage. As you guys are talking, I'm throwing in all clips that Lars got from the show, from your kids in there, you young men and ladies in there performing, dudes. But, to go back onto the time it took you to go to Link and other camps, you guys are family men. You take your kids a lot to the gyms. I mean, they train too. I mean, I've seen some of them little kids, boy and girls, getting some pad work in with you guys. So they're always that's part of their life too, the gym. So, I mean, it's hard on them to drive an hour and a half up and back. You know what I mean? So, this definitely is something that's not only going to help your team out, but yourselves. I mean, you guys are still, you might be retired coming back, Joey, but you guys are still active fighters that can come back at any time. You know what I mean? So this kind of helps you out. I mean, does this help you in your own personal training as well? And doing the things, you're making up 3 hours a day here and there on, driving.
Yes, the convenience of having your own spot to train at and is, not quantifiable. You know what I mean? It's such a blessing, and I feel privileged to be able to be a part of that journey that Walter's is spearheading himself. But yes, and that is something else that's been kind of missing. And when you start talking about our plan, our business plan, or our gym mantra, Walter hit the nail on the head when he said we're building elite athletes. You know what I mean? This isn't a mom and pop gym where we hand out belts and give participation trophies. This is a legit competition. Like when you walk into that door, there's Lars said something in his interview. He said the energy was palpable, right? And it is. It's just a different kind of energy when you come through the gym. But just because it's a competition gym doesn't mean that we're not kind and respectful and courteous to everybody who walks through that doors. And we also go out of our way to make people that aren't on our level, they're still training side by side with us, but we're working to our training partners level. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna be out there getting hurt. But
so Joey, sorry to interrupt you. One of the things that me and Joey, we always been thinking elite training. Yeah, what that mean? People is like, oh, you have to be about elite training. I feel like even if you had to lose weight, yes, if you elite, like if you want to lose weight, we will make you lose weight. Like we will just give you the same thing elite athlete does, and you go learn it, and you go train as a professional. Imagine that. Like, why not gonna be no reason to you to lose weight? Why not gonna be no reason to you gain more confidence if you're doing the same thing that a person in UFC or in Bellator is doing?
Exactly. Now, as far as these, these kids that went in, I mean, you said what you had up to, a dozen or so that you threw in there as far as names. You had 6 go in there. How many were made? Did they were all making their debut, or was there? No, I know the mention their names. I know there was a couple of guys that were 2-1 or so in MMA. I think Amanda was 1-0.
Trainers.
Go ahead, name these people and how they did. I mean, I'm gonna play some video because I think I have video from every one of these kids. I mean, what was the highlight for you as far as coaches on some of these kids that were fighting? I mean, there was some wars in there. There was some really good battles. And like, what were some of the highlights that, you guys could think of? You first, Walter.
I would say, so I would mention that first guy going there was Woods, Mike Jolicoeur. We call him Woods. The kid is a monster. Woods. He's Spanish. They let you know he did first jiu-jitsu tournament. He take a beating, lost every single match, come back the next tournament, win every single match, go to the smoker, lost his first smoker, come back to the second one, win the second smoker. Like, these kids are relentless, and he's getting fine. Woods, what do you say, Joey?
Yo, soft. He's not soft at all. Homeboy's a gamer, and he's advancing so quickly.
And he's 18.
Yeah, he's still growing, which is the scary part.
He come back to the gym. He was 5'8". I think he was 5'7". I told, dude, you're like a 5'9" now. It's like, no.
Hey, as far as, I mean, the kid Sweeney, that kid went in
Sweeney
there.
impressed me the most.
He went in there, and I mean, the look on his, I think I have his fight here somewhere. I have so much I'm trying to figure out where's what every here. But he has some backing. Everybody was loving it. I mean, he's got some backing behind that kid. When we interviewed him, he grew up in the area there where the fights were, so I'm sure he had, the house was rocking for that kid, and he went in there and a nice body kick to end that fight, man. And I think which one of you was yelling out head kick or something like that? Was it you guys or was the other team? And then Sweeney kicked him right in the midsection. That was it.
We were yelling for the kick, for the body kick. That kid sit down with the stool and listen every single word we asked him. He go in there and did it.
Yeah.
Exactly how we asked. We was like, let's go tell him to do this. And he go and boom, did it. Like, Joy, the body kick's open. Let's go tell him to do that. He go, boom, did it.
Yeah.
Like, perfect. Like, such a good listener. Like I said, he surprised us how good he was able to perform in that moment.
And I just played his video of his, his finish, and then, a little celebration at the end, man. It's something. It's something that these kids, and I mean, I can't call him a kid. That's he's a young man there, but they're kids to me. You guys are kids to me. I'm old as fuck, but you know what I mean. But to see
so who's next? The next fight was Joe Peterson.
Joe Peterson. Joe Peters or Peterson?
Peters.
He's saying Pierce, I think, right?
Yeah.
Joe Peters.
Peters. Oh, Joe Peters. What is
Yes.
is he? What is he? A 205? Was he 185 or 205? He's a big kid, right?
He was 200 pounds. He walked only around 200 pounds, but that I never see a heavyweight have cardio for days.
Yeah, dude. This kid's like some Cain Velasquez heavyweight cardio type of shit, bro. Like either I'd be curious to see what his VO2 max like rec numbers are, because this kid, either he's not building lactic acid or he just doesn't care. One of the two. He's a fucking savage.
He's a savage. Kid, go. I remember the first time I see his fight. I think he gonna get tired. Like he said, I'm not tired, coach. What you doing? What you doing? I'm not tired. That kid have energy for days. He's going down to 185. Again, he's 19.
Yeah. That's what's just crazy to me is like we're messing. We're not messing with these guys' weight, but we're monitoring their, their gym metrics every day when they come in, checking their weight, tracking it, before practice, after practice, and like some of these guys are getting bigger just because they're not done growing yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to stop growing until they're 25 years old. So we got to keep all of that stuff in mind when you're developing somebody, from the ground up, which is what we have with our team, which is great. Those are going to be our homegrown guys. I have a couple things I wanted to say about Joe, but let the record be shown that me and Joe are going to be doing tons of pad work right now, and that kid's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He'll be top 5 in New England a year and a half.
Nice.
Right? We're probably going to run out of people to fight here in New England here within like 2 or 3 more fights, and we're going to either have to go out to Tough Enough in Vegas and see what we can get out there as an amateur, maybe take one of those Tough Enough Vegas fights for him and have it be his last amateur fight, and then have to go pro soon.
Yeah, and how old is he?
19.
Oh my God! Well,
Exactly,
here's another
dude.
thing, Joe. You mentioned, that they're growing, they're putting on weight, just growing, and the more reps, the more they get in depth with the MMA with you guys, and just that they're gonna grow just by that, just by the massive amount of reps and just that strength. I mean, God, he could go up or down. I mean, depending on what he wants to cut, the kid could fight at a couple of places. You know what I mean?
Depends what the body does. Hopefully he don't grow too much.
Exactly.
Well, guys, I want to talk a couple of more things before I, get my next guest on, who actually fought one of your Mike Zakelli guy, which I know you guys, are really brothers with him. Drewy, which was a fucking spectacular fight. I'll have him on after
He
you
fought Joe.
What's that?
He fought Joe, Rainbow Joe.
What's his
Kelly's gym?
Yeah, exactly. But I want to talk about that because you grew up fighting with Mike, correct? In that gym or just being involved with that, and you still are. I mean, everyone from that camp, and I've seen you guys rolling there here and there, right?
Yeah, we've done some cross training with Zakelli in the past, and Zakelli's a good friend of ours. Both of us were in his wedding, and we've remained good friends through everything that's happened over the years between competition and, him starting his gym and Walter starting, his gym, and I'll go back and forth and, meet up their guys, and they come, we cross train with some of their guys. They'll come up and they'll get rounds in with us. So again, it goes back to that top team mentality. Like, we're trying to build something special. There's no reason why we can't get going on what Mass has up in New Hampshire. You know what I mean? And just to diversify and they're not coming in and we're not, trading secret techniques and fucking 5-finger death punches. No, we're coming in, we're getting work in, we're being safe while we get the work in, but it's hard work. You know what I mean? And it's not for the faint of hearted. But Matt Probin's coming down here soon. We've had Dennis Paiva up to the gym. We've had Jeff Joy come up. I think Ken Moy's going to be coming up soon. Try to get some rounds in with him and get a different look.
Jake
Pilla.
No shit. Great names.
So it's like
we're talking with Tim Burgess a lot too.
Yes.
Zakelli's growing so much too. I'm pretty sure he got over 20 athletes in there. He got a lot of talent. He got Machine Kelly in there. So
Chad Machine Gun Kelly.
Chad tearing it up on the jiu-jitsu circuit, man. He's choking some people out there, getting him in some his signature move. I forgot what it is. He's gonna kill me, but
my brother always being sneaky, But before we leave, I want to talk about Amanda. We have Amanda, and we have Amanda. Is super good. She trained with us in Link, and now she's training with us here in home, and she's doing good. She's doing perfect. Who else we have? We have Connor. Connor is our older student. He been with us for 3 years. Connor lost 100 pounds before he go in that cage. So my man is already a champion. And we have Jeff Reynolds, who is training with me consistent now for the last 3 months. We will keep going and going. I think that guy has so much potential, and he will be something to talk really soon.
Dude, a bunch of names and a bunch of kids performing. I mean, Friday night put you guys, I mean, not that your name's already on the map, but the gym, as far as what you're doing in there, you guys were like brewing some stew over COVID and over this time, man, and you brought out these like gourmet meals on Friday night, man.
And we have this week, we have Julian Benchibari. That kid is 150 pounds. My main move, like you can't hit flash so fast. Fast.
Hey, last thing before I let you go and give you a shout out, you got another kid fighting on Neff. Not only, one of yours, Nick Alley, will be fighting also at Neff on Friday night. So back-to-back Friday nights cards here up your way, kind of. So let's talk about this kid you got going in on Saturday. I got his poster here. I'll throw it up. So, give this kid some, some support, and let's talk a little bit about him.
Julian's nasty, man. He's gonna be fighting at 150. He's about 115. Tiny. When I say tiny, he's a flyweight. You know what I mean? Technically he's an atom weight. So I think same thing with Julian. We're gonna get him, athletic, good looking, Latin. So we have that Latin market to break into. We have tough Latin America. And I've got my eye on ONE FC for Julian. I've got a couple of I have a contact or two that I'm going to really push for. Give him a couple more years, but I think for his size, he could be a superstar overseas. No problem. Well, no problem. He has everything he needs.
115. Them lighter weights are pretty popular over there, so he's
exactly
perfect for that. And you got connections, and you guys giving him the reps and bringing him up. I'm sure big things for this kid. Like I'll be cage side watching him Friday and listening to you guys in the corner. Hopefully he doesn't drag his opponent over there, man, and get heckled again.
Don't worry, I will say nice things.
I won't.
Before too, I don't want to forget. Like we did have a Bellator debut. We was fortunate to have contacts in Bellator, and we did. We had Joe McNeil doing a Bellator debut under our gym. To 190, he's 1-0, and his debut was in Bellator. That was what was that, 2 months ago, if I'm not confused. But he's something else too. The people will start talking pretty soon, and like that we have all the kids. We don't even have time. Like we have Tristan, we have Spencer, we have so many other kids that are coming up. We're so excited to see them shine.
Well, Walter, Lars is saying he's excited to get back to the gym and talk to you guys again. Definitely, they're gonna. Not Walter. Lars and Travis are from that area. You got two guys right there that can go back and forth and talk to a lot of these gyms that you mentioned tonight, man. Get everyone play, you know what I mean, and then build up that northern section of New England and the fighters we got up there, man. Especially, the names. I mean, Nick Alley and you guys from the Team Link over there, they're like family to me. I started in this game with those guys, you know what I mean. Nick Alley was my first fucking interview, for God's sakes, when when I was interviewing, interviewing for my Android, you know what I mean. It's fucking so.
I remember you did go to the gym once. You remember we was getting ready for training and all the things.
Who's this guy?
Awesome.
Who's this guy?
In that time you didn't speak no English, so you're like, hey, who's that guy?
Yeah, I taught you English. That's what I did. That's my. If anything, you don't want Domenico teaching anyone how to speak English, man, because I can't even speak it correctly. So, hey, last thing, guys, man. Shout outs. I'm gonna be seeing you Friday night, and we'll be chatting there too. So, man, throw anything else you want to throw out there before I let you get going.
I go first. So my shout out I want to shout out Team Link, Coach Ed, who always support us. We don't be able to do what we do right now. It wasn't for him. We have Ben Center is a really big supporter in our gym. Always support us. Dr. Port, the chiropractor, always been me to the start. I cannot let my man behind. He's always there to us. And, and every single person in my gym, we've been creating this big family. And everybody, every single person, the kids, my family, my kid is there. By the way, my kid is 35 and old in BJJ. We're looking for some competition there.
Hey, maybe we can get a kids match in the Enigma tournament or something like that.
He's jumping around. He wants somebody to interview him.
I was waiting for him to rear naked choke you, man. I was looking for good TV.
But yeah, shout out to all that people. I appreciate, Dominico, what you're doing to us, and thank you to give this space for us. Like it's big. It's big. Thank you.
You're welcome, my man. Anytime. Joey, send us off.
Yeah, just same thing. Shout out to all the local gyms that we've been cross training with, Team Link, the guys over at Zakelli's Fitness, all the guys over at the National Pal. Always give those guys some love when we're getting some boxing in. And then, make sure you follow us at KTA Academy or KT Academy, and then Gomez the First on Instagram.
Awesome, my man. I have both of those up here, both handles, so people can see that. I got your logo. So, guys, man, you're on the map, and I couldn't be any more excited for you guys. Another gym to cover, a bunch of new talent to interview. I'm going to be so fucking busy because you got 6 guys and girls that I get to talk to while MMA is kind of on the hiatus, and they're getting ready for what's next. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on, man. I know it was last second, but we got it going, man. We got it all in here, and
And we made it happen,
We made it happen. But next time I get you guys, man, you're going to be hearing live, and we're going to be talking and sitting around the round table just shooting the shit.
Let's do it, man.
All right, my man.
Absolutely.
You have a good night, bros.
You too.
Later.
Take it easy, man.
Take it. Awesome. All right. It's I gotta find it. There we are. All right. I gotta get all this stuff off, and then it's time to get Drewy in here. Let me just get all that shit out of there and get Drewy's stuff up there. Look at how where are you? Where are you, buddy? Where are you? Oh, there you are. All right, get that. What else we got? That. What else is in here? No, we don't want that. All right, I think I'm ready for Drewy. Where is he? I'm asking him if he's ready, but he's been ready for like 20 minutes. Drewy was supposed to come on like 20 minutes ago, the poor kid. He's like, fuck yeah. All right, here we go. See what happens here. Awesome! Oh, no answer. Oh, there he is. How do I accept that? Oh, all right. Right here. All right, I got it. Drewy!
Hey, Steve, my friend.
How are you? Give me a second. I got to put your handsome face on the screen here. I black you out in case you're naked or something. I don't know what's coming out of you, kid. And we're going to talk about that. There you are. There's the handsome devil right there. Drewy, I understand you just got out of training or whatever. So if you're on the road or whatever, let's not crash on your way home or anything like that. But
I pulled over, my man.
all right.
I'm ready.
It does make good TV and live broadcast if you do kind of like sideswipe somebody and take off or something,
Yeah.
My man, welcome to the show, bro.
Oh, man, it's good to be on the most prestigious show in New England MMA.
Dude, man, I didn't know you from, a stranger on the street. I still don't know you. I'm gonna get to know you here, but you fought at Neff. I know you trained with Regiment, and we'll get your history of where else you've been and where you still are and all that. But you put on a fabulous damn show on Friday night for your debut there. I know the kid you went against was game 2, came out a split decision in your favor, dude, but that was, as far as what I could see and what Lars told me, he was there filming and covering the show. That was a fight that blew the roof off the place, man. How do you feel about the whole experience?
Oh man, I couldn't be more proud because that's like a fight of my dreams. My favorite fighters, guys like the Diaz brother, Chris Matinho. So to be in a fight like that where we're pushing each other, going back and forth, was a dream come true, man.
Well, Joey, I got a bunch of stuff here on you as far as like some clips and some pictures and stuff that we're gonna go over, and a little bit of training camps you've been in, and I mean you've been everywhere, dude. As far as jiu-jitsu, and you're a popular guy. Like I mean, I looked at your Instagram. I stalk when I'm gonna get someone on the show and I don't really know them. I learn them from their Facebook or their Instagram. Your Instagram, man, I stalked that for a good 2 hours on my my lunch. My lunch is in 2 hours. I'm sorry.
That's what I respect it.
But dude, man, you're a class act, and you got a pretty good gig going for yourself, man. Let's talk about this journey, man. It looks like jiu-jitsu was the way you were going, and you're mixing it up now. What's going on?
Yeah, so I was training under Tim Burrell, Jimmy Connors, all those guys, Damon Smith, forever. All my 20s, just jiu-jitsu, competing. But when COVID hit, there wasn't really any jiu-jitsu to do. Right before it as well, I was starting to feel like maybe I wanted to do some pro wrestling, things like that. But once the training options were off the table, there wasn't much for me to do. But my buddy, he hit me up, asked me if I wanted to do some boxing, hit some pads. Did that. He dragged me into sparring with him. He dropped me with a liver shot, and then I was hooked since. So him and Tim Burrell told me to go over to Regiment and start training. So then I went right over there about a little over a year ago and just went all in.
And as I know, I was just at Tim's not too long ago buying a ticket off Yeadon for his fight. And I ran into Ace there, and I've been to so many jiu-jitsu tournaments where I've seen, a couple of Tim's guys in there, and Ace is Adrian is a really cool kid, young gentleman there. So I know a couple of people there, and the gym's not too far. It was literally 7 minutes from my work. I work at the post. I can't say that. Post office downtown. But so them
right in Providence.
Yeah, so them gyms are affiliated, but I've seen you everywhere, training with kind of like you were at Triforce, and I know they're all kind of connected. But you've been around a ton of high-level coaches as far as like you're bouncing around here. The knowledge that's going through their head, man. How's that feel to just have all that backing you and bring you along?
It's great, man. I'm always just looking for the best people, what they do the best. I just try to pick their brain, Triforce, I was teaching some gi jiu-jitsu over there, and I would train with the guys like Spice Lee and Chuck O'Neal, soaking up whatever I could. I remember I'd seen you there one time. I was with my man Dion Rubio over there.
That's my guy.
That's our guy, man.
Was I? What was I doing? Just coming to visit, doing an interview, or did I actually have a gi on and fake I was doing something?
I think you were just visiting. I didn't see the gi, the gi on you.
I do own a Triforce gi. I have to say that. I've only been in it probably a dozen times, but I've been there and I've rolled with some of them killers in there.
Hey, respect to anybody putting on the gi. That's like being in the gi is like being in mama's arms. You know what I'm saying?
The womb.
That's home sweet home.
The womb. Dude, so I just flashed through your Instagram for the people here, dude. You mentioned professional wrestling or dude, you do have, I mean, the stuff that's on people, I just showed their Instagram. They got to go to your Instagram, man. It's a plethora of shout outs, of self-promotion, of achievement, jiu-jitsu, everything, dude, man. What's up with the professional wrestling? Is this something that you grew up with? Because you have a knack for it. I mean, you could be a ring announcer. You could do kind of anything. You're not afraid to scream out what's on your mind. That's for sure.
Listen, man, I grew up in the Attitude Era, brother. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Bret the Hitman Generation X. You know how many times me and my friends got suspended for school doing the suck it at recess?
What grade was this in school at recess? Were you fucking fifth grade, sixth grade? Or you have a recess at like 9th or 10th?
Yeah.
Eating your Pop-Tarts at 9 in the morning.
Yep, elementary school.
I guess.
No lie. I once seen a kid hit another kid with a pedigree in recess, right on the pavement. Triple H's finisher.
Hey, nowadays kids are dangerous. YouTube was probably just coming out when you were a kid, so you guys were getting all the learning all that shit. That's probably.
Thank God there was not video phones most of the time I was growing up, man. I'd be in trouble.
DCYF all over that fucking schoolyard, that's for sure. So, dude, my man, listen, you've had a couple of looks. I'm gonna show a picture here. That's what I used to promote you coming on the podcast. Dude, you had the best or the best locks on the jiu-jitsu match. What happened? Did you donate them for something, or you lose a bet, or what's going on?
No, what happened, man, was they were the most luscious locks in the game. I would hear men in the shadows grumbling enviously. All the women, I'd see them starry-eyed looking at me, the wind blowing through my hair. But when I decided to commit myself to being a martial machine, a human weapon, it was a liability.
Now,
That's
all right.
Yeah.
A liability. Now, I could see that happening. Was guys pulling on your hair during these jiu-jitsu matches here and there? Was it, it gets stuck between a triangle choke or a wrap around their leg and you can't get out or something?
It was some pretty good defense in jiu-jitsu. People go for a choke, their hands get tangled up in the hair. But jiu-jitsu, you can be a bit more pretty. When I got the gloves on, I'm throwing them things. The hair starts coming down the eyes, then I'm like...
Yeah, I can see that. Dude, I have the official reason why you cut your hair. I'm going to play that video. They're not going to be... I got it on loud, so I think it's like a 20-second video. So I'm going to play everyone at home because, like I said, I stalked his Instagram, and I found out the truth while Drewy, True Beast, cut his hair. So we're going to play that clip real quick right now.
Everybody wanted to know what happened to my hair. Well, I'll tell you. Some of the leading scientists in the world came knocking at my door, calling me the human antibody, saying my hair was the only chance we had at a vaccination. Everybody wanted to know.
Well, there you have it, man. You're saving the world. Vaccine right there, brother. That is the truth. Hey, screw this jiu-jitsu stuff, hair getting in your way of boxing, man. You're saving the world. Let's talk about it. Where'd the hair go? Did they manufacture it into put a little DNA here in each vial? What's going on with this?
I don't know what they did with it, man. All I know is I couldn't let COVID take all my honor. It couldn't be taking everybody out when I'm coming to take them all out.
All right, my man. That's why you have to look at this guy's Instagram. I'm going to stalk it for another 2 hours. But, dude, let's get to this fight. And then we'll get really quick to what's coming up for some of your boys that you've been rolling with. But, dude, Lars, my man right here, said fight of the night. He goes, his hands looked awesome Friday night. Crazy to think he's a grappler and only been striking for a year. The way you were in there, dude, the jabs and just your length and that definitely helps you out, man. And you use that, man. You look great in there. Both of you kids look great in there. The head movement, everything, dude. Where'd this come from? Are you just a sponge, or were you just getting your ass kicked and you had to defend yourself and learn quick?
I just trained with real good guys. I get around, man. I went to regiment. They taught me a ton. I'm training with the best guys over there. I was going to the Fall River PAL, learning some boxing. I was going to Punishment Striking Systems, learning some boxing. I fell in love with the boxing, so I just did it every day. That's it. Nothing else to it.
Now, a show I'm sorry I missed that I've been to a few. A Smoker, I got some footage that I stole off you here. Gillette, Gillette Smoker, did you fight at that one?
Yeah, yup. That I did a Muay Thai fight.
And you were doing, I mean, your kicks too, all that good stuff, man. You're throwing it all together, man. Brian Reposer over there at Regiment, man. He's doing wonders with you. How's it feel to train with those guys? I mean, now you're deep into the MMA, getting, everything, well-rounded with everything. How's it feel to just be in a fight camp with all these killers that are constantly in training camp?
Man, it's amazing. It feels natural for just be all the time and getting ready for something. But being in Regiment, there's a magic in Regiment. They've got the team's like a family. You got Jorgen in there. He's like a big brother to everybody. He's just a force of positivity, optimism in there. You see him in there, and it uplifts everybody. You got Mitch. You got Chris Matinu. You got Aaron. Aaron's always motivating everybody, working hard. It's a family in there. Ryan Lavoie, my boy Carter. He's an amateur as well. We're in there banging it out every day. It's They got something special in there, So it feels great to be a part of it.
Excellent. Speaking of Aaron, I spoke to him today. He was cutting weight, and we spoke a little bit about you, that you would be on tonight. So he was excited. He's probably, I don't know what he's doing right now, but good for that kid. I've been watching Aaron since his first or second amateur fight. He's come a long way. Well-rounded. He's got a lot of experience under his belt, and now he's fighting for CES. Can't wait to see him Sunday, man. You mentioned you were at camp or training. Were you at Regiment training, or were you somewhere else tonight?
Yeah, yep. I was at Regiment tonight.
Them guys all down there tonight, or were they doing kind of?
Yep, they're all down there. Like, yeah, it was a packed house.
How's what do they got? 3 or 4 going in Sunday?
4.
Now
we got Pat McCronin, we got Jorgen, we got Aaron, and we got our guy KG.
Now KG's the one that I missed the poster on. What's his full name?
I'm not totally sure. I've just been calling him KG.
Oh, well, that's good enough. I didn't see a poster on him, so I couldn't find it. But I do have a poster of the other guys. I'll throw up while we're talking here. But dude, man, you not only have you had your own training camp, you have to help these guys get ready for their training camp. It's not done yet, man. When your training camp was over, these guys were still sparring hard, man. How'd that feel when you had to kind of wind it down a little bit while these guys were still revved up, to get ready for your fight?
It's tough, man. It's definitely tough, especially once you're in the gym and you just want to get wrapped up in all the training. But those guys are great. They're really responsible and look out for me as well. Especially my man Aaron. I can't say enough about Aaron. He looks out for everybody in the gym. Especially with me, he's cornered me in all my smokers. He cornered me at Combat Zone. Like you said, he's been around the block. He's got a bunch of fights, so he knows about it emotionally, mentally too, like what fighters go through. So it feels great to have him by my side, and looking out for me.
Excellent, my man. Well, let's get to this fight a little bit about your perspective of it and how you felt, because like Lars said, fight of the night, your hands look great. Your opponent's hands look great. I think he's only 19 or 18 or 19, a young kid making his debut too. But you guys, I mean, you look like you're in there a few times already, man. How did you feel in there, and just how was the experience? Because looking at your Instagram, even, when you had to fight through some adversity there, you were proud of yourself and posting that stuff. So let's talk about, your thoughts on the fight and how you felt about the overall performance.
I loved it, man. I'm super happy about the whole thing. I'm really happy the way it went, how it was a tough fought match. It was they went the distance, so I get to have all that information to look back on to improve. A ton of things I want to work on, but the whole thing was perfect. It's even when I got dropped, it's like, to me, I was still in it. Like, looking back at it, I watch it again. I got hit in the fight. I'm like, oh shit, he hit me good. But I don't realize, like, I'm like, all right, I'm good. But I watch the tape, like, my legs are still wobbly as I'm getting up and I'm hitting them and all that. I know the announcer said something like I'm pretending that I'm okay. I thought I was okay. you know. But
Well, you had that instinct, and to grab that leg and try to advance. And I mean, you got up, and it is what it is, man. You fought through adversity, and it was kind of a payback because you dropped him and gave him a little wobbly legs in that same fight, man. And you can't ask for more than that. And you guys battled back and forth, and you both, I mean, split decision. And man, you're going into hostile territory. You were the only fighter from Regiment, and that's Kelly's kid right there, and they're from the area. Kelly was actually in a jiu-jitsu, match in the fight, man. How'd that feel? Like when when the crowd stopped, when the decision was read.
Even when they were first announcing me, the crowd was all booing me. But I take it personal. I know he's the hometown boy. It's all good. I didn't take that personal. I'm happy to have shared the experience with them. We put on the show together. You know what I mean? I talked to his coach. I talked to him after. Like they were great, cool guys. So we'll have that forever together. That we debuted together like that. I didn't take it personal. I know if we were in my hometown, it'd be the same thing for me.
Well, I'm playing the decision right now because, I've been to Combat Zone, and, it was their first card back, and it was a sold-out house, and, the way Lars described and looking at the video, man, the crowd was electrifying in there, man. I would imagine it's the biggest crowd. I mean, you fought some big jiu-jitsu tournaments, but the crowd is different compared to MMA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could get bottles and cans thrown at you in that. I'm just kidding. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like in a hostile area, man. What was that feeling like? What was that feeling like just to have that thunderous energy, all focusing on you?
Yeah, I have done a few fight to wins for jiu-jitsu, so I've had that's a pretty big production. It's a pretty big crowd, but this was the crowd is obviously they're way more hyped for this. You know what I mean? So, and there was more people too. It was, I don't know how many people there. It seemed like there must have been 2,000 people there to me. It was a lot, but once you're making that walk to the cage, it's like you're locked in. It becomes a more intimate moment between you and the opponent because you guys are the ones locked in there. So I could hear some oohs and ahs, but I'm trying to listen for my coach's voices, which is hard enough to hear as well through everything. So, and because it's the first one, I do have experience competing, so I can stay a bit calm, but still, it was pretty chaotic.
Well, my friend, great performance there. I mean, not only MMA, but past jiu-jitsu and stuff. This is the last weekend, the hard push of MMA events as far as regional. There's one more in November, kind of in Springfield, on the 19th I do. But, you guys got the team going in on Sunday. What are you looking forward to? What's the rest of your year? I mean, are you looking to get into maybe a smoker, get them hands, working again, jump into some jiu-jitsu competitions just to keep that, the level of fire in your brain going until that next MMA fight? What's going on with you in the future, near future?
Yeah, totally. Right now, first thing first, I'm getting the LASIK eye surgery, so I'm gonna get my vision corrected. I'm gonna go take a trip down to Brazil. I got some girls waiting for me down there, so I can go take care of them. When I come back, I'll start getting a couple smokers, a couple jiu-jitsu matches. If there's any black belts out there who want a super fight, I'd be willing to take that. And then looking probably spring to get back to MMA.
Excellent. I mean, well, you have a fan here now that's going to be watching you, waiting to get an interview with you the next time we hear something. Hopefully,
and you're an official true beast there, brother.
I'm a true beast fan, that's for sure. But, I've been covering some jiu-jitsu tournaments, and I've been getting into that, doing a lot of that. And I'm loving the atmosphere there. So maybe I'll run into you one of those before your MMA fights, and we can chat and, shoot the shit there. Maybe do a tag team on somebody or something. You know what I mean?
They are ready for that, man. They are ready for that.
Well, last thing, my man.
Put us the gi together.
Yeah, forget it. The colors are like fucking. We don't even know what's gonna be going on there right there. I can't wait to whip out that Triforce gear again, man. It's fucking fabulous. It's shiny and everything. Hey, brother, as far as Sunday, man, what's gonna be your job? You gonna be helping them rap corner? You gonna be warming them up? What's your job Sunday?
My job is going there. I'm drinking beers and I'm cheering on my teammates. That's it, brother.
You're sitting in the crowd.
Then we'll be going to the after party, Miller's Crossing in Cranston. That's where me and my brother work. We're going to be putting down beers all night over there.
Now, wait a minute. I'll go back to that. I'll go to that Miller's Crossing in 1 minute. But just to let you know, Drewy, I will be in the crowd. I will be a fan there because CES doesn't like me as a media guy. So I bought a ticket to go as a fan. But Travis and Laz will be there covering the show, cage side or wherever they put them. So I'm going to be drinking beers with you, my brother. So we're going to be
living the high life, man.
There's going to be fucking selfie for days out of us too. Fucking come Sunday, my man.
You know how I cut this fight? I switched out Miller High Life for Jameson. That's how I lost 5 pounds.
All right. Last question, or last thing I want to talk to you before I let you go, give you shout-outs. You said Miller's Crossing. Do you know I was born and raised and still live in Cranston?
No kidding.
Yeah, I fucking Miller's Crossing.
Uh-oh.
I knew that place when it opened up. When I knew the owner. I don't know if he came from Twin Oaks or I hung out. I grew up with all the people from Twin Oaks and the way it is and. Man, Cranston and Warwick Line is my stomping ground. So fucking, Are you from Cranston? Where you from?
I'm a Warwick guy, but that's why it feels like just talking to one of my people.
Dude, I lived in Connecticut. I was actually a mailman. I was probably a mailman. Dude, fucking Connecticut. I was a Connecticut guy, man.
Oh, let's go. I'm Gaspy Point. I'm the Gaspy hitters.
Let's go, man. Fucking Gaspy Day Parade, man. Fucking, mini Mardi Gras in Cranston, bro.
Yes, sir. Me and the Gaspy militia used to be running around there. We'd go out to Seaville, meet up with the homies.
Awesome, my man. Fucking, we got to talk, bro. I probably know the same people you know, or your brothers, or I probably hung out with your dad. Who knows?
yeah.
All right, Drewy, my man. I'm going to see you Sunday. We're going to have a couple of beers. But till then, man, throw out shout-outs, anything you want to get out there. I'll let you get going, my man.
Hey, man, well, I just want to let all the true beasters know, if you like a heart of ice and you like balls the size of cantaloupes and hands like stone, then keep tuning in.
To the true beast, baby. The true beast.
Thanks, Steve.
Hey, my man. That's why I knew we would connect. Not only that you are from the Warwick area, I had some luscious locks in my heyday too, brother.
No kidding.
And let me tell you, I'll send you a picture. And the reason why I had to cut them off is because my kid was starting kindergarten and I didn't want to scare the other people. And then people start to talk about me. Who's the hippie guy dropping off the 5-year-old? I was like, all right, that's it. It's going to go off. Hey, and my son went to Warwick. I forgot what school it was, but it was Warwick. I said, I can't be bringing my son looking like fucking Alice Cooper.
Hey, when I start growing my hair back out, though, I'll let you know you start growing yours too.
Dude, it's coming. Look, this is the long it's been in like 5 years. It's coming, believe me.
No.
All right, Drewy, I got your social media up here. You're popular as fuck on Instagram. Facebook sucks, so we don't fucking care about that. But man, I'll see you Sunday, brother. And first beer's on me. All right.
Awesome, man. Second round's on me, brother.
All right. You have a good night, man. And nice talking to you, getting to know you, bro.
Great to talk to you, man.
Take care. Well, there you go, man. That was fucking awesome. That was good stuff right there. Drewy Yeadon. I didn't even say his last name. But I don't even think I fucked it up. But awesome. Drewy was awesome. Joey Diaz. Yeah, Joey Gomez, sorry. And Walter Smith Cotito were awesome. Last thing I want to say before I get going, because I'm wearing this to Cage Titans on Saturday. I'd just like to give a big shout out to And these people are important. So listen up. Operation Vet Now, organization that's helping veterans, giving back to veterans. Connor Matthews, who will be fighting at Cage Titans on Saturday, he is a representative of theirs. And Sean Lally, the unpredictable one, is a representative of theirs. And they are both veterans themselves in Connor Matthews and Sean. So there it is. They sent me a shirt for the support because, every time Connor, him and I interview, he mentions them because it's a very big cause for him that he's, supporting. And I want to do the same for them. And they sent me a shirt, and I love it. I will be wearing it Saturday at Cage Titans, both shows. So this is my attire right here. So with that said, thank you so much, guys. They gave me some wristbands. They gave me 3. I'm gonna give 2 out at the show. So this one's mine. You cannot have it. So with that said, thank you guys so much. Thanks for the support out there. We will see you Friday at NEF. We will be doing a pre-show, hopefully an hour before the show starts. I do believe the show starts at 7. So we'll be doing a pre-show about a half hour, around 6. And we have our new NewEnglandMMA.org member, our new media member that will be joining the team and doing the pre-show with us. And we'll be introducing her to the team. She'll be doing interviews, when MMA starts up again in the new year. She'll be joining me on the podcast, doing some co-hosting, and maybe we'll be doing our own podcast together, or maybe she'll be doing her own podcast on her own for New England MMA. We don't know. There's lots to talk about and so much going to happen in the future for us. So thank you so much for everyone tuning in tonight. I am going to have a beer and get ready for the weekend. So with that said, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Drewy. Thank you, Walter. And thank you, Joey. We out.